so now we're going to open it up to questions. I'll be asking, I'll be the one who will say, go ahead and speak to the questions. Let's try and keep it as nice as we can. Being the president of the Democrats, the club has asked me to ask a few questions beforehand, so I'm going to do that now. Both of you gentlemen. Golden State Water has just issued another request for a rate hike. I think it's 38%, is it? So this on top of the rate hike that they got, which was in the 40s, as I recall, 2 years ago. There's been a lot of talk in the city, and I know in our club, that we would like to see the city try to take over Golden State Power's company, to basically the city to fire them, and we would then have to take it over and make either a municipal water district of our own here in the city of Ojai, or join Casitas, a much larger one in the exact same watershed that we have in all VN. So what are your thoughts on that? Anything? Either one wants to go first?
I'll start. It's a crime. It's an absolute crime what Golden State Water Company is doing for the service area within the city of Ojai, which is a lot of us. A lot of us. It's due to the fact that they have refused to take care of their infrastructure. The city hasn't watched them to see what they're doing with their infrastructure. And so there is so much deferred maintenance that we are all going to get killed when it comes to our future water bills. And not only that, there's a lot of fallout from that. You know, I'm sure one of the questions tonight might have to do with affordable housing, because affordable housing is something that we really do need in Ojai, and it's something that we have to look after. But how in the world are we going to be able to have a $600 a month for affordable housing when your water bill is $1,200 a month? It has a ramification all the way down the road. So yes, I would be very supportive of looking at somehow turning the Golden State Water Company system into a municipal water company, simply because I think it would be good for Ojai. You know, the problem is what's it going to cost us to repair this infrastructure, and do we have the money to do it? So that's something that we'd have to look at. But of course, again, you look at the Golden State Water Company, and they're in the business to make, they don't call it a profit, but that's what they're doing. And that's the risk you run whenever the city subcontracts. You're giving the profit to somebody else. Sure, you're giving the responsibility to somebody else with oversight from the city, but you're giving the profit to somebody else that could be kept inside. And I think that can save some money.
Related to the question of Golden State, which is a big question, is the question of how much water do we have? That question was asked of the representative from Golden State at a city council meeting a few months ago, and the answer from the Golden State rep was, we have plenty of water. Anybody wants water, we'll give them as much water as they possibly could want. And people like Jim Roush say we're in real serious trouble, that our water tables are diminishing. So we really need to know how much water we have. That's a fundamentally important question. There are a couple of studies going on now. Hopefully we'll have a better answer. In terms of Golden State, one of the interesting parts of their proposal that sort of slipped under the radar was their plan to go from a bill every 2 months to a bill every month. And their explanation was, well, that way you'll better be able to monitor your usage and you'll know what's going on, et cetera, et cetera. What it really does is try and fool people because, well, I got a $120 bill this time. The last time I got a bill was $120. Well, but the difference is the last time it was a bill for 2 months, and this time it's a bill for 1 month. So it's like at the grocery store when you go and you see the packages are getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and the price remains the same. So we need to be alert to that. I testified at a hearing probably 10 years ago. Golden State was trying to get another rate increase, and I brought with me a bottle of tap water and shook it and made them listen to the rattles that came out of the tap. I mean, it was solid. They've been a joke of a water company for, you can't, you know, they charge higher, way higher than anybody else in the valley. You can't drink it. If every time you run a load of wash, you run the risk of having to rewash it because it's brown. How many extra times if you have to replace a shower head, hot water tank, and all the other utilities that run water through them because all the crud and crap that's in the water. At the last council meeting, Councilwoman Klaif proposed that the city do a study about the feasibility of taking over Golden State Water through eminent domain. I am totally, completely, 100% in support of such a study.